prosecution. Infringement will be strictly enforced. Do not copy this recording.
Forget to tell me something.
Okay. Owner of Bio and Chem Tutoring, Dr. Karla Hylton, joins us to discuss some tips for managing your time effectively during the new school term. We have about 5 minutes, so we have to manage our time as well. Good to have you with us. Summer is winding down. Parents are back in the thick of things today, tomorrow, back to school.
Yes.
So we need your help there, Dr. Hylton, as to how we manage time for them. You have classes, you have studying, you have extracurricular. So we're going to go through some tips. Let me ask you first, why is it important for young children and teens to have time management? Usually when we think of that, we think about ourselves, but it's important for them too.
Definitely. Nowadays, kids have so many activities. It's not just all about academics. They have clubs, music, extra classes. They have their homework, projects, study. So time management is all about dividing your time. Dividing and organizing your time between specific activities. And it is best for kids to get started with this right away so that they are well organized and able to flourish academically, which is what we want them to do.
How you know when you're gone past time management and you're boxing them in? Because there's a fine line. You plan everything down to the...
No, well, you can't plan everything. I mean, we always have to leave time for free time, and to me, that is a very important component of time management. We want to manage ourselves, but still allow kids to have time where they can do whatever they please, but they must accomplish the important task, and that is why prioritization is so important, right? We have to teach them to be able to prioritize, to rank the order of importance of the various activities that they have to do. But at the same time, they must include time for relaxation.
So tell me how it looks. So school goes from 8 to 2 or 8 to 3.
Right.
How do you suggest we proceed after that?
Well, okay, we have to be careful not to overschedule our children. Now, I know they have to do the after-school activities, the sports, and that's very important for their development. And if it is that you have a child that is very much into sports, for example, and maybe doing 3 hours of football practice, let us say, they're coming home late, they still have their homework and study to get through. I personally think that it is best for that child to eat, relax a little, go to bed at a fairly early time, and then wake up perhaps early in the morning and get through some of that homework.
Really?
It is sometimes very difficult for you to go straight from school to the physical or whatever else it might be, and then come home and study. Your brain is not, necessarily capable of absorbing all of that material at that time. So when you're better rested, get up 4 a.m., depending on what time you have to leave for school, and do an hour or so.
4 a.m. All right.
Yes, if you're make sure you get your 7 hours of sleep.
Donnell is asking me to go into the tips. I have questions. Some tips you want to give us just before we wrap it up? But you've been giving us some along the way. I'm not sure what.
Well, depending on your child, you may have to help them to prioritize certain activities. Some children are well organized, right? But if they are not, you might have to help them with organizers, planners, keep a check on them, making sure that they are doing their assignments on time. Some kids, again, depending on the age, you might have to break down certain tasks, and this is sometimes referred to as chunking, wherein they may think that the task is just too large. For example, they have this big essay. Sometimes you can help them sit down and say, okay, let's just do the introduction first, take a break, then we move on to other parts of the essay. So you take it in bite-sized pieces. Right, depending on your child. You have to know your child, and know what's best for them. Right. Routine is also very important for children with busy days, having a consistent wake-up time, breakfast time, going to school, of course, and then when you come home, relaxation, homework. Let your child choose when is the best time for them to do their homework, because some parents want their child to do the homework as they come in, but many times the child might be burnt out. It depends on your child, right?
So don't force the child?
Don't force them. Let them determine. No, they still have to do the homework, but let them determine when is best to do it, and then stick to that schedule. So if they prefer to come home, shower, eat, and then do it maybe 7 p.m., stick to that.
I hear you. So don't force Erin. Okay, I got it. Useful tips there. It sounds like in scheduling their time, we have to schedule ours too.
Well, yes.
Jivas.
Yes, we need to be an example to them as
Yes,
well.
yes. And we have to spend time with them, so we have to make sure
Right.
that fits into our own schedule as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
the tips. Owner of Bio and Chem Tutoring, Dr. Karla Hylton, with us this morning. We're making way for news, so stay with us. My Jamaica returns after the news in 5.